AskReddit. People who lost their job due to this crisis. What is your story?
I'm a housekeeper at a hotel. Last week they cut our hours from 40 to 32. I was just informed that tomorrow they are shutting down the hotel. Front desk, sales team, and bartenders are being laid off for the time being. Housekeeping will now work 24 hours a week for 2 weeks to deep clean the hotel, but who knows after that.
I haven't been laid off, but I answer for the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, and we are having so many calls where someone is thinking about killing themselves because they were laid off. It's absolutely awful. I have no answers for these people, and I wish I had the power to provide for them.
I quit my job for a number of reasons right before Corona chaos hit. Now my old co-workers are getting 6 weeks PTO and I am effed in the job market.
My experience is pretty unique. In a nutshell, my wife and I live in New Zealand and had planned a 2-year working visa in Toronto. We were supposed to leave in April, so we had obviously already handed in our notices of resignation to our bosses. Long story short, Canada shut its borders and my boss has already hired my replacement. As a side note, they shut the borders on my birthday.
We deliver Amazon their delivery vans. We deliver to Amazon warehouses from New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Baltimore, and the DC area. I was nervous about continuing traveling from city to city and crammed in a minivan with 6 guys to come back home. I stopped working Tuesday and today I feel sick. Sore throat, very tired and sneezing. Hoping it's just allergies.
Construction. The whole construction site was laid off, and with the way things are going, the company owner thinks it'll be at least a year before they consider hiring me back. Started 3 months ago, and that's at least 50 other people affected, just for this site. The company had several other sites that they laid off employees to. I'm just lucky I'm still living with my parents, and Dad works as online IT for the general public, so he's nice and busy. Edit, sign everyone and their dog is asking. I'm in Canada, Alberta. The site I was on was shut down by the owner. Beyond that, I don't know. And thanks to the bunch of you that offered to help/hire, I was kinda surprised at that.
Is anyone kinda concerned that the media and general attitude seems really relaxed or hopeful towards these job losses? This whole crisis seems to be being taken lightly.
I haven't lost my job, but my small software company instituted 30% pay cut across the board. They say it'll be re-evaluated every month. Clients keep cancelling or postponing projects. So I'm good this month, but could easily lose it next month. I'm just happy they decided to cut pay instead of fire 30% pay cut of the workforce, so everyone can keep their health coverage. That, and I'm not sure I wouldn't have been part of that 30% pay cut.
Reading all these answers is heartbreaking. I feel for each and every one of you experiencing financial hardship and the emotional struggle that goes along with it.
I was a bartender. The bars and restaurants were shut down. I was actually relieved because, not gonna lie, I was afraid of dealing with so many people and all the glasses. People would have just kept coming too if the state hadn't shut us down.
Worked for a hospitality company, sous chef at a school residence for international students. Emptied out Friday aside from 6 students, had a little dinner party Saturday, moved all the product we could from cold storage to other locations and donated what we couldn't, minus our boss cooking us a nice dinner that night. Applied at the local hospital this morning, hoping to get in there. We haven't been hit hard yet, Ontario, but if it does, I'd rather be working and serving those who need it/those who are working to help than sitting around at home. I'm a 28-year-old fairly healthy guy who lives on his own. My GF isn't too happy, but it's better than sitting on my ass and doing nothing. I've slept on a sack of potatoes for a weekend event, better to do something than nothing.
My husband got laid off on Tuesday. He works about 3 minutes down the road from my work. He showed up at my work with tears in his eyes, apologizing to me for not doing good enough to be kept. He works at a car dealership as an auto technician, where they let go of 4 techs that day cause of decreasing business. They're letting go of more people this Saturday. My brother is a mechanic there, and is scared to lose his job too. They told my husband that when business picks back up, they might call and ask him to come work for them again. Thankfully, I work in the lab of a hospital, so my job is pretty secure. I keep telling my husband that we'll get through it, but I know it's taking a toll on him.
I do web development and IT management. My company makes fabric decor for events and festivals. You know, the things that nobody's allowed to do right now. I've seen the company soar in the time I've been there. January was our best month ever, pulling in more than 3 times the amount the place was pulling in the month I was hired a few years back. We had twice as many requests for quotes on new projects in February as we did in December. We were crushing our records left and right. And then it was all vaporized in the span of a couple weeks as one festival after another was cancelled, and event throwers cancelled their orders for our products. I was laid off Monday, along with a marketing agent, sales manager, and several members of production. We've been told that when things are looking up again we'll be the first people called back, but that's going to be a while. The CEO is hoping for May. I'm thinking July is more realistic. I'm signed up for unemployment, and I'll be looking for work, because you have to in order to collect unemployment benefits, and I have a pretty good balance in my savings account. I'll be okay for a few months, although I did just have to cancel/postpone a refinance on my house. But I'm scared and anxious, and I'm grieving. I love my job. I really enjoy the work, I'm proud of what we do, I like my coworkers and I love my team.
My mom works in vacation rentals doing housekeeping. She's 61, diabetic and has COPD, and lives in a state that has mandatory shutdown of all non-essential businesses. When she was informed they'd be laying people off, but also staying open, she told them she's afraid of getting coronavirus and they laid her off so she could collect unemployment and continue to pay her bills while staying home safe.
I got promoted on Monday. Got emailed Tuesday saying the business got shut down until further notice.
I was laid off from my 5-year graphic design job, working for a screen printing and promotional products company. About half of our business involves schools, sports, and events. Obviously none of that is happening currently, so our business has stagnated. They are going to try to operate with a skeleton crew for the next couple months. The hope is to bring everyone back eventually, but I'm not optimistic.
I put in my notice for a new job. That new job put a hiring freeze after I had put in my notice. I am stuck in limbo.
If you are in the UK, the major supermarkets are on a recruitment drive with a fast turnaround of getting people in position. I know this isn't a story about losing a job, but hopefully this helps someone coming to this thread.
I'm a bartender. I wasn't working Saturday or Sunday but was watching other places post on social media that they'd be closing for the time being. On Monday, a few hours before I was scheduled to go in, the city declared that sit-in restaurants should only serve takeout and that bars should close, so I spent a while with the owner packing up all the alcohol before we were all laid off in order that we could start collecting EI. I was a regular there for years before I started working there after finding it in its first week open, and it's been open almost as long as I've lived in this neighborhood. I'm the longest tenured bartender at this point. It's really effed up to think about the place potentially not coming back.
I just finished my training as a flight attendant for a major European airline. It's been a dream of mine and I have been putting my love and energy into this training for the past months. I'm in Cancun right now and it's bittersweet because it's absolutely beautiful here, but at the same time this was my last training flight. I'm now a fully trained flight attendant and yet no one knows when me and my other new colleagues will actually be getting our work contracts since the airline industry is suffering a lot right now. I think I will cry when landing back in Frankfurt tonight, because I don't know when will be my next flight. But I will put on a brave face and genuine smile for our passengers, at least I will do my best.
I'm a substitute teacher. If you are aware that most schools are closing if they haven't already, then that should explain why all subs are now effectively unemployed. It's unlikely that schools will return during this situation, so yes, thousands of people are out of work just from that alone. Subs don't make salary, so any employee who is hourly or paid by day now needs to scramble. Edit, because so many people are unsure whether they should file for unemployment or not and are in a similar situation, being a substitute or a different employee that was hourly or a position that was cut due to our current circumstances, please do. You absolutely can and should file for unemployment. It may take some time with the influx of applications, but this situation is what that government service is for. I extend my best wishes to everyone and their friends and families. I hope you all stay healthy and hold on to hope. Be smart and safe.
I got a call congratulating me on getting a job 2 days before a hiring freeze went into place at the university I applied to. I never saw my contract, nor do I have any work. Edit, thank you for the gold. I wish it had been on a cheerier post. We're in this together and we'll get through it together, a step at a time. Look after one another. Be considerate, and be kind to yourselves. Here's hoping this blows over sooner rather than later.
I'm sitting in a meeting right now, waiting to get fired. The VP is running late. So that's cool. Edit, they gave us basic info but are talking to everyone individually. So who knows still? Edit 2. Laid off.